Hey everybody, nice to see you all. I was out here last year talking about the culture of lock sport and some of what had been going on up until that point. This talk today, in a lot of ways, is kind of a year in the life, 1 year recap of what's been going on. But there have been a lot of exciting developments, and I think we have a lot of good things to talk about. So, name of the talk, How to Make Friends and Influence Lock Manufacturers. I'm Skylar Town. This is John King right here.
Let's see if I can get
Wrestling.
Oh, maybe not. Skylar, my name's John King. You're going to hear a little bit more about me later. I haven't slept in 48 hours. I'm a little intoxicated. Out of curiosity, last night and this morning, who had a drunken conversation with me? Anybody? Excellent.
About 10 minutes ago. All right, so how to make friends and influence lock manufacturers. The lock and key, the distinguished device of civilization and enlightenment. Or at the very least, that nice quote makes you feel really important if you're a lockpicker. All right. I am a tool member. That's the open organization of lockpickers. I was actually a co-founder of the United States chapter of that. I've since stepped down from the board, but I remain a very active member and love that organization. I'm also involved with NDE Magazine. That's Non-Destructive Entry Magazine. I realize I forgot to put the website on here. I'm the executive editor. That's ndemag.com. This is the DEF CON preview cover. And I'm trying to tell people that's Liv Tyler, but it's not going over. Anyway, this will be coming out later on today, so check the website, check it out. It's got a lot of information about the upcoming contests that are going to be going on all weekend long. All right, let's talk. I'm going to quickly go over what we're going to cover here today. It's in talk in 4 parts, basically. We're going to talk about the RoboKey system at the top. It's an incredible new lock that was very much developed within the lock sport community. They relied heavily on input from the community and are well-traveled in it as well. So we're going to talk a little bit about that company and the lock that they built. We're also going to talk about Kwikset, a company that you wouldn't usually talk about in the course of, a high-security lock discussion or whatever the case may be. But they dramatically reinvented their product line, and we're going to talk about the reasons behind that, the process they went through, and a little bit about what's going on with the new generation. Again, a lot of this is tied into a direct response to the lock sport community. We'll also be talking about the ABIS Plus system. This is a disk detainer system, a near comical flaw in it, which was just sort of a forest for the trees thing that a lockpicker came up with. He tracked down a way to decode it very consistently. The company themselves completely changed the design of it, and we're going to talk about the challenge they issued him after that. We'll cover the whole thing. And of course, Medico, and this is where John will be talking. Medico and the magazine, NDE Magazine, worked together with the company and John in order to release the exploit via the magazine in our last issue. And John did quite a bit of work with them, and he's going to cover all the bases on that and do a demo for you right on stage, opening up a Medico M3, their newest generation. All right. Now, in the previous slides, the ones that you'll have on the CD or on the website or whatever the case may be, there's going to be a super secret announcement. I'll tell you right now that announcement was going to be about a grant program for high security lock research. Fact of the matter is the magazine is not organized enough at this time to go forward with that, so that's going to be delayed perhaps until another con. So there's your announcement. Sorry, it's a disappointment.
You ruined the surprise.
All right. First of all, I want to cover the making friends portion of this. This is fairly fast. All I really have to say about making friends is don't be a jerk and tell people if you see something they're wearing that looks nice. It works really, really well. But as far as making friends and communicating with lock manufacturers, Barry Wells, who's in the audience here today, he actually wrote a wonderful piece for the magazine in our last issue that's kind of a simple roadmap to carrying out responsible disclosure. And I'm just going to kind of cover his bullet points and talk a little bit about each one of those. I think it serves as a really convenient guide to folks who are going to be involving themselves in this field at any level. First of all, be professional. Approach them professionally. Approach the company with, proper language. Don't, no leet speak or anything like this. Present yourself in a respectable manner, and you're more likely to be respected. Be honest. if you have something theoretical that you haven't actually managed to accomplish yourself, don't tell them that you've broken their lock, that everything is defeated. Be very clear with what it is that you've done with their product, which transitions into being thorough. Be very distinct about what locks you attacked, how many locks they were, exactly the method by which you did it, et cetera, et cetera. Make sure that you cover all of your bases. You're going to have to be very detail-oriented when you're going to be approaching a manufacturer. You want to have the whole package put together for them. Be very clear with them as well about your intentions behind this. What is it that you want them to do about this? Do you want to have them disclose it? Do you want the product fixed? Whatever the case may be. Be very clear with your initial intention when you're walking in. You do not want to be misrepresented or misunderstood.
Don't ask for money. This is one it's kind of almost a personal thing. There's been a lot of debate about this. We personally believe that once you involve money, that's when things go wrong. Especially if you come to a manufacturer and, for example, they offer to pay you, right there, the things can go wrong. For example, shut up money. The public should know about this kind of thing, we think, and it's just not worth it. That's an arena that you don't want to tango in.
Tango.
And there is a very thin line between consulting and extortion. They want to be careful if you walk.
And it's thin to the point where they can pin you with that, so you need to take very good care of yourself when you're approaching this. Be prepared. Barry outlined an extraordinary system by which he approaches new locks when they need to be reviewed. He receives 10 of them. He takes 8 of those, sets 2 aside, and deal with those later. Of the 8, he disassembles several of them and refines and attacks the rest. He refines his attack. By disassembling it, you're able to see what it is they've changed to defeat your previous iteration of your attack, so that you can update it and attack another small subset of those cylinders. Once you've done that, and this is very important, the 2 that you've set aside, those are for when they come calling, when they visit you, or when you have to visit them, so that you have a sealed cylinder that they have put into your hands that you can open for them by the same